What's happening guys, this is Shivang for iGyaan.in and this is the full review of the recently launched Lava Iris 504Q. Now the first thing that you'll notice when you hold the phone in your hands is that it's really light and comfortable to hold. It basically has a 5-inch IPS display with a resolution of 720 by 1280. In terms of design, it's really similar to the HTC Butterfly with its butterfly-like grille on the top. At the front you have your proximity sensor and your front camera along with 3 touch capacitive buttons at the bottom. Towards the left you have your volume rocker, a microphone at the bottom, your power lock unlock key towards the right, 3.5mm headphone jack and a micro USB port at the top. At the back you have your 8MP camera along with a flash and your secondary microphone for noise cancellation. You have your speaker grill towards the bottom. The back panel has a soft rubber finish which gives it a really nice and premium feel. Overall, the build quality of the Lava Iris 504Q is really impressive and helps it stand out in the already crowded budget smartphone segment. In terms of specifications, the Iris 504Q is powered by a MediaTek processor, the 6589, clocked at 1.2 GHz. It's basically a quad-core processor and has 1 GB of RAM. It has 4 GB of internal storage, which is expandable up to 32 GB. Lava is also provided what it calls a smart flip cover with the phone. It replaces your standard back cover and we have the white version of it which comes with the device. How it works is that it basically locks your device when the cover is closed and unlocks it when you open it. Now with the Lava Iris 504Q you get a 2000 mAh lithium ion battery. We had no real issues with the battery life and it lasted throughout the day, which involved minor gaming and standard video playback. As it is a dual SIM phone, you can see that you have 2 SIM card slots over here with your micro SD card slot in the middle. Basically this is a CDMA SIM card slot and this is a GSM SIM card slot. Now you unlock the device and the first thing you'll see is that there's not much customization done by Lava in terms of the user interface. Again you'll see that it's your standard jelly bean layout. The keyboard on the Lava Iris 504Q is again nice and responsive. Now Lava has also bundled various apps along with the device, even its own music app which is called Fusion. Basically just a replacement for your stock music app, and it also provides you with the radio streaming option. You also get the full version of Modern Combat 2, which in our opinion was a really nice addition. We've also done a gaming review of the Lava Iris 504Q. You can check that out as well. You can also check out the benchmark video. If you open up the browser and quickly load up iGyaan.in, you can see that its performance is really impressive. Pages load up nice and fast and kinetic scrolling and pinch to zoom work really well. Another thing that we like to mention is that the display on the Iris is really impressive. It's one of the best we've seen in this segment. It also uses an OGS display, which basically means a one glass display, eliminating the space between the screen and the glass on top of it. We'll quickly open YouTube and open up an iGyaan video.
What's happening guys, it's Paul for iGyaan.in. Today we're checking out the Sony Xperia ZR or the ZR depending on where you're coming from and how you pronounce the Z or the Z. It is priced at about 30,000 rupees in the Indian market. The MRP on the box on the back side states a price of 30,999, but it's actually available for...
So you'll see that the video playback and the audio quality of the 504Q is really impressive. The screen is really crisp and has great viewing angles as well. Now one thing that separates the Iris from others in its section is that it has USB Otg support. What that implies is that you can connect USB devices without the need of a PC. First we connected the Iris 504Q with a keyboard. When you talk about the camera, the Iris has an 8 megapixel camera with a BSI sensor. This is where Lava marketed the gesture feature of the 504Q. For example, you can just swipe your hand over the top of the device to click an image. Well, according to us, it's really more of a gimmick than a useful attribute. More often than not, we found that the phone accidentally kept on clicking pictures when we had no intention of clicking one. Simply swiping near the camera will also click up pictures. As you can see, we're not really trying to click a picture right now, we're just moving our hand in front of the screen. Fortunately, you have the option to turn this feature off. Well, in terms of what the camera app offers, you have HDR mode, Panorama Mode, various different scenes to choose from. You also set the camera exposure. From the settings menu, you can set your exposure, color effects, scene mode, white balance, and various other options. You have face detection, self-timer, continuous shot, and for video, you have a time-lapse interval and you can set your video quality. From the sample images you can see that even though the color reproduction of the camera is really nice, it does have a tendency to overexpose images. The best thing about the camera, in our opinion, was the macro shooting capability. Well, most outside shots were really impressive. Indoor photography was not up to the mark. In low lighting conditions with the flash turned on, the 504Q delivered poor image quality. Images were grainy and out of focus. So if indoor imaging is one of your major priorities, we recommend you give this one a miss. But one impressive thing about the 504Q was the Panorama Mode. You can take both vertical and horizontal panoramas, and they were really impressive. When you talk about video quality was also average. It picked up ambient noise quite nicely, but again, had a tendency to overexpose. So in conclusion, what we'd like to say is that the Lava Iris 504Q is a really impressive device. What stands out is its really crisp display, which offers nice viewing angles and color reproduction. The biggest drawback of the device, in our opinion, was the lackluster performance of the camera. If you can somehow overlook that, then the price of the Lava Iris 504Q at Rs 13,499 is just about right. So this was the full review of the Iris 504Q. You can also read up on the written review on our website, that is iGyaan.in. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Do subscribe to our YouTube channels at youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. This has been Shivang for iGyaan Networks. Thanks for watching.